Okay, we're on air, Liz.
Okay, great. Hi, guys. It's Coach Elizabeth, and I'm here today with my friend T, who's a nutritionist in the East Bay, and we are so excited to talk to you about this new product called Keto OS. Just to give you guys a little bit of a background, T and I have been friends since 2003, and we've worked in the fitness industry together for several years. T is a nutritionist who has a business called Vitality, and she basically teaches people about the benefits of eating whole natural foods combined with a little bit of detoxification and supplementation, and people are just seeing amazing results from her business and her knowledge. And in doing that, I also have owned some gym businesses in the past and have solicited her as a nutritionist to come and coach some of my athletes or people that have joined my businesses, and just throughout the years I've seen so many results with people losing weight, feeling better, and things of that nature. And T, being the nutritionist that she is always looking for the new upcoming thing. What are people talking about now? And recently, and I've heard about this also in the CrossFit community, a lot of people have been talking about the ketogenic diet. And for those of you that don't know what the ketogenic diet is, it's a diet that consists of, a higher fat diet, intermittent fasting, things of that nature. T's going to talk a little bit more about it here. And people that have been doing the ketogenic diet have seen tremendous results, really great results as far as not only losing weight, but feeling better. People who have suffered with metabolic syndrome such as disease or things of that nature have been able to see some good results from it as well. This supplement, Keto OS, just helps the process be a little bit easier, because the ketogenic diet, for any of you that have gone through it, know how difficult it can be. So the keto product that's just come out helps us get into ketosis within 1 hour of drinking it. So I wanted to kind of introduce T, and I'm sort of going to interview her through this process and get more knowledge about this supplement and the diet, and what T has seen with her clients, because she's introduced it to all of her clients and they've seen some fabulous results too. So T, tell me, what are some of the stories that you're hearing from your clients, and why did you introduce this product?
Okay, thanks, Liz. So the first thing I was thinking is I thought I really want to make myself a drink of Keto OS. So yeah. I'm going to grab my little bag of keto.
I've got mine right here.
Around with me. Okay, good. Yeah. And for people that haven't seen it, this is the canister. This is the caffeinated product. I'm going to go non-caf today. And it also comes in these to-go pouches, which I love. So this is the non-caf. And basically all you do is you mix it up. I suggest to my clients that they mix it with 24 ounces of water, but you mix it up, and that basically gives you, Liz, you know what? I'm watching your live stream and I'm not sure that they can see me.
Oh, no, I just realized that I needed to put you on. So there you go. Yeah. I can see you now. Yeah. Sorry about that. That was my bad. Okay. First Google chat.
Yeah. So I still can't see me because I'm looking at your live screen and I'm not there. Okay. So we're having a little technical issue.
Okay. So I see, can you see you now?
Yep, I'm there.
Okay, good.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. All right, good. So Liz, you may need to go back and forth just to make sure whether I'm on or not on or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. So back to business then. I go off. So this is the Keto OS. It comes in a packet form, or it comes in your canister, and I was just going to mix mine up. So I'm going to do that in just a minute. So Liz, in terms of what I was looking for as a nutrition coach with the keto, and why I think it's been such an interesting thing, is, Liz, as you know, I've worked with about 10,000 people in the Bay Area running weight loss programs and detoxification programs, and really helping people be their best. I started working with professional athletes and helping with performance issues. And one of the things about fine-tuning your nutrition is most people really struggle because they've got cravings and their appetite can be strong and they're not prepared. And it's hard sometimes to eliminate some of the foods that they need to eliminate to really get their nutrition dialed in. And so what I've been skilled at doing is working with people in group classes to really help them be able to get the details of it and to be able to do a program together. But even with that kind of structure, it still can be really challenging for people. So this past it's been over a month now, I discovered the Keto OS product. And the reason that I'm so interested in it is there's been research over the past 90 years about the roles of ketones in health, Liz, and also in weight loss, like in all kinds of different ways. And when somebody is able to basically oxidize their own body fat and turn it into ketones, those ketones can be protective for the brain. They can increase energy and mental focus, and also take away cravings and appetite. And so the Keto OS is brand new technology. It's actually patent pending technology that allows people to get into ketosis, like you said, in less than an hour. And what we mean by that is that they have a clinical level of ketones in their blood that can be measured. So for me personally, what that's done is that's given me incredible mental focus. It takes away any of my food cravings, and it gives me really great, stable energy that doesn't depend on blood sugar and eating foods that can take your blood sugar up and down, basically. So it's not that you don't eat when you take the keto. I actually tell my clients not to change anything about their diet. So Liz, with my clients, we're not practicing a ketogenic diet. We're actually just adding the Keto OS into people's regular diet and putting it in the place where they have basically cravings or appetite issues, helping them with their energy before a workout, or drinking it before they're about to work on a big project, which is why I wanted to get mine mixed up so that I have the best mental focus for this call. But the first step that I recommend to my clients is just to not change their diet, but to take the Keto OS and actually allow those amazing ketones, which are that great source of energy, to basically help them with whatever diet they have going. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
So
Liz,
Liz,
you know what, you read my mind too, because that was my next question. So thank you.
I'm gonna step out for 1 second. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm just gonna get some water and mix up my ketos while you process that, and I'll be right back.
Okay, thanks, T.
So Liz, did you want to add to what I just said about that? And can you see questions that are coming in from people? Because I do see that people are watching right now. So
no, I don't see any questions right now. I do have several questions that I've combined and I'm also seeing online also that I was going to go into. Okay. But one of my questions was, go ahead.
Yeah, hold on 1 sec before you go. So if you're watching online and you're on the YouTube channel, you need to click that button that says join the conversation. And then once you join the conversation, you'll see a Q&A box that'll open up, and then you can ask questions and Liz will see those come up on her screen. And if you have Liz's phone number or you have my phone number, you can text us to ask questions as well. And we can answer them that way. And I'm just mixing up my keto right now. Looks like I'm drinking coffee, but I'm drinking keto. Okay.
So T, how should you introduce keto into your diet? Should you do 1 pack a day, 2 packs a day? What are your recommendations?
Perfect. Okay. So I want to just provide an offer, Liz, to anybody that's watching this right now that wants to experiment with Keto OS. Is I'm actually running free coaching. We're in 2015 right now, November. And through the end of December, I'm running free coaching through Facebook on my Facebook page. So anybody that wants to start taking the keto and be a part of our community can join that Facebook page. So you want to friend Liz or me, and then we'll add you into, it's called Drink Your Keto, and it's our Facebook page. And then there's lots of instructions there and comments, and you can post things about how to take the product. I'm going to drink mine right now. I'm going to get smarter as we go, Liz. So,
I love it.
Yeah. So basically what I recommend is the keto is it's what we call an exogenous ketone, which means that instead of your body having to make ketones, you're actually taking it in a supplement form. And it's combined with something called a medium chain triglyceride. Medium chain triglyceride is what's in coconut oil. So it's part of the reason that coconut oil is so popular with athletes, is because it's your liver is able to convert that into ketones very easily and make that amazing energy that comes when the body's able to use ketones for energy. So our recommendation is that you start with a 1/4 pack or a 1/2 pack, and you have that amount on either an empty stomach or with a little bit of food if you're having any kind of stomach upset, and just notice how your body does with it. For some people, if they're not used to having any coconut oil in their diet or any medium chain triglycerides, they need to work up to a larger serving. So we say start with that. If you find that you feel great with it, then you can move up to having a full dose, which would be a scoop or a packet. And my recommendation is that they don't change their diet to start, but they put that in the part of their day where they want more mental clarity, more energy, fewer cravings. So for a lot of my clients, they're either taking it in the morning or they're taking it in the afternoon or evening. So morning to help with mental clarity and energy, evening and late afternoon because of those cravings that happen when they, working on dinner, getting the kids ready, all that kind of stuff. So the dose for people is different. Some people are taking half a serving once a day, half a serving twice a day, one serving 1 or 2 times a day. So it's different for everyone. I take between 1 and 3 servings a day, and the ketones stay in your body about 4 to 5 hours.
Okay. What are some of the results that you're seeing with your clientele from taking keto? And how long would it take for them to be seeing results?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So for myself, the biggest change that I saw was this change in my ability to focus. And what happened when I'm able to focus really well is I get into flow and my appetite goes away and I'm able to just focus on whatever I'm doing, whether it's my workout, whether it's putting together an email campaign for my clients. I've been able to do administrative stuff. Liz, you've known me a long time. Right. And I've been able to do administrative stuff that I've never been able to do before when I take the keto. I have ADD and I've always had trouble. Liz and I go way back with some of the things I've had trouble with, but I've always had trouble with some of the administrative aspects of my life and of my job. When I take the keto, I'm able to focus and produce in a way that I've never been able to do before. So the shift in appetite for me has meant that it's really easy for me to make good food choices. So for me, because I practice intermittent fasting, it makes that part of my program super easy. My cravings go away. When I take the keto, my appetite actually goes away. It also makes my workouts much stronger. I notice that when I go for my runs or I'm doing my push-ups or my sit-ups or whatever I'm doing, that it's like my body wants to work out, more than anything else. Other clients have seen there's a lot of craving reduction. If you go out on the Facebook page, you'll see I can actually go out there during this call and read some of the posts. You'll see a lot of people reporting back that their cravings go away. I would say that's like the number one symptom, is that people don't have very much of an appetite and they don't have very many cravings. For a lot of people, the energy is not like a caffeinated energy. It's much more of a focused productivity energy. So a lot of people are seeing that shift in their productivity and focus as well. I have a few clients, including you, Liz, that have seen a decrease in inflammation. Do you want to talk for a minute about that from your perspective?
Well, that's been the biggest benefit for me because I do CrossFit, so there's a lot of muscle recovery involved in that, and also a lot of soreness. So as a result of taking keto on a daily basis, I'm able to recover quicker and I have less inflammation. I mean, I've been dealing with knee problems and upper back pain for quite some time, and it's just phenomenal to me how well this has worked out for me and made me feel so much better. And not only that, but because I have less pain, I perform better in the gym too. So also, I also struggle with, hormonal imbalance quite often because of my thyroid, because I had it radiated, so it no longer exists because of thyroid disorder. And that it's really been able to balance me out. So I feel a lot more balanced, not these ups and downs. Yeah, also, I'm like known, and T knows it too. I'll be like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like I need to take a nap. She's always like, "Oh, it's nap time for Liz." But now I don't need those naps. I feel like I'm able to sustain my energy throughout the day. I only take half in the morning and half at night, and I'm able to really sustain my energy. And I notice too, my cravings usually come because I eat breakfast around 7 or 8 a.m. Yeah, and my cravings come usually around 11 o'clock in the morning or like 7 o'clock at night. And if I take that when I'm having a craving, that craving completely diminishes. I'm able just to eat my regularly scheduled meals without snacking in between. And I think that really helps with, making sure that I'm able to sustain my energy throughout the day. So it works out really, really well for me.
That's great, Liz. And I would
Yeah.
say related to that, that people are seeing shifts in body composition that come from that.
Right.
So
yeah.
it's easier to put on muscle when you take the keto, because when you have ketones in your body, it has a muscle sparing effect. So
Right.
it actually enhances the muscle that you have. Your body spares the amino acids, so those can get used for muscle repair. And then at the same time, you're able to go longer without eating and make better food choices, which helps your body to burn more fat and could get rid of all the glucose in your bloodstream. So I've lost a clothing size by being on it. I haven't lost a ton of weight, but I've lost a whole size. And same thing with a lot of my other clients. And if you look on the Facebook page, there are people that have lost 7 pounds, 9 pounds, just after taking it for a week or two, that have posted their results on there.
So what is the biggest difference that you've noticed with this supplement compared to the other supplements that we've talked about in our past, like the benefit of a protein shake, fiber, stuff like that, doing a detoxification program? What is the biggest difference now with the keto supplement?
Great, Liz, that is an awesome question. It's making me think we should have a talk show on a regular basis together.
Right, the tea and show. I love it.
So, I have had, in the 12 years that I've been doing nutrition and fitness full time, I've had a couple of game changers that have happened along the way. And in those game changers, what those game changers are for me is they're simplifiers. And I call them easy buttons. They're things that basically completely change the whole landscape of making good choices. So a couple of the game changers for me have been learning an elimination diet, like actually taking out certain ingredients that create food cravings and fatigue, and what the body can do after that. So that's the detox issue, really supporting the liver. Other game changers have been adding a protein shake and a green supplement, which both of those allow you to get nutrients. I call those my easy buttons. I'm going to give you a little
that was easy.
A little show and tell. So, basically just, instead of having to eat all those veggies or having to have the right foods available, being able to make a good vegan, non-soy protein shake, or to be able to make those paleo greens is a real game changer. And then where the keto is a game changer as well, Liz, is that basically we're a dual fuel system. So think of us as like a Prius, basically. Like we can use glucose for fuel, which is like our gasoline, but we also have this solar powered battery, and that's using our fat for fuel. So remember, when you oxidize or you burn fat, you make ketones. So the reason this supplement is such a game changer is it's giving you, for the first time ever in the consumer market, it's actually giving you those ketones, that long, clean burning fuel, without your body having to do the work of making the ketones itself. Because for a lot of people, their bodies are so used to burning glucose that they can't even burn their own body fat to make ketones. So you see that if you have that kind of body shape that holds weight around the center, and you just have a lot of trouble losing weight, and you find it really hard to, like, if you don't eat a meal, I call it, you get hangry, where you're hungry and angry. If you have that kind of metabolism, you're a sugar burner. You're primarily on glucose. So getting those ketones on board in the form of Keto OS will actually give people an alternative fuel source that's a clean burning fuel source. So Liz, the problem with using glucose, right, is that it requires insulin, the hormone insulin, and insulin is a fat storing hormone. So if you're burning glucose constantly for energy, you are also storing fat. So even if you reduce your calories, you're still going to be storing fat. It's going to be really hard to lose weight and really hard to have the energy and the mental clarity that you want. So the Keto OS is a game changer, because no matter what somebody's state of being sugar burner, fat burner, they get the benefit of having those ketones on board and getting the neuroprotective benefits of the ketones, the energy, the appetite suppression. All of that happens even if you're not able to be pristine with your diet or able to turn yourself into a fat burner. And over time, you can start to build your metabolism into what we call a keto adapted or fat burning metabolism.
So yeah, okay, speaking of time, thank you. That was my next question. So I know that immediately when you drink, well, not immediately, but within about 30 minutes to an hour, I know that for me, I feel the energy within that short amount of time just after my first drink of keto.
Yeah.
But when you talk about getting to the point of where your body's actually being efficient at being in ketosis or burning ketones or fat, how long would you say that takes to see those results?
Okay, so let me back up for a minute, Liz, and just give a little bit of background of information about what you just said, okay?
Okay.
So basically the state of ketosis is the state that your body goes into when it doesn't have any glucose to use for fuel. So ketosis is where the body, it can't get any more glucose. It's burned all of the stored food that you have, and it goes into your fat stores basically and makes ketones out of them and uses those for fuel. So we were designed to, if you think back millions of years ago, to withstand famine. So we were designed to go through periods of feast and famine. So during feast, that our bodies could load up the glucose, which is the stored form of food. One of the ways that the body stores energy basically is in glucose and glycogen. And then during times of famine, the body could actually go into its own fat stores and go into what's called ketosis and start burning that fat and using it for fuel. So that's how we were designed. So unfortunately, as I've mentioned, where most people are, and you can see it in your body type, is most people cannot burn their own stored fat. So they are constantly dependent on food and glucose basically for fuel. And if they eat too many carbohydrates or too much fat, they just store it. They're not able to burn it efficiently. So to switch yourself from being a glucose burner to being a fat burner means that you actually have to learn how to start using fat for fuel. So one of the ways to do that is to start adding a small amount of medium chain triglycerides to your diet. So you can do that in the form of MCT oil or in the form of coconut oil. I'd say those are the two most popular ways to do it. If anyone's heard of Bulletproof Coffee or Tim Ferriss or 4-Hour Body or Dave Asprey, all of those sort of biohacking methods are methods at trying to, we call it biohacking because we're trying to give the body the raw materials to make ketones. And those raw materials, the MCTs or the coconut oil, Liz, are the body's, most of those calories are going to be turned into ketones instead of being stored as fat. So by starting to add that into your diet, you're starting to train your body to actually convert those dietary fats into ketones and to get your body going in using that part of it. Same thing around taking the Keto OS. That's the same idea. It's even more effective clinically than just taking coconut oil or MCTs because it also has what we call an exogenous ketone. So it has the actual organic compound that your body produces as a supplement so that it raises your ketone level in your blood no matter what your diet is. Within an hour, like you just said, you're going to have this elevated level of ketones. Your body's going to be in ketosis, but it didn't come from your diet. It actually came from the supplement. So as soon as you start taking the Keto OS, your body is going to start using ketones for fuel because it's getting them in a supplement form. If you start adding some coconut oil and some MCTs to your diet, I'd say like maybe a teaspoon per meal and you substitute that for your fat, then your body's going to start to get skilled at using that. That's going to happen pretty quickly that your body will be able to do that. So I would say, probably like 3 to 4 days for your body to get adapted to using the keto and using the MCTs. But in terms of how to get your body going on actually using your body fat and oxidizing that and turning that into fuel, that's a longer process. So if someone was doing it without the help of the Keto OS, that can take like 2 to 3 weeks for someone to actually train their body to be able to do that. And it involves a lot of withdrawal and a lot of, you can go through a lot of detox as your body is actually having to learn how to go longer without that glucose. And that's what you said in the beginning of the call. That can be a really painful process. If you switch from a diet that has carbohydrates in it to all of a sudden you have a diet that's really high in fat and low in carbohydrates and moderate protein. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks. That's the ketogenic diet, Liz, for your body to be able to go back and forth between glucose burning and fat burning. So adding the Keto OS speeds up that process and makes it so much easier because your body's getting those ketones without having to move away from glucose. Does that make sense though?
So this supplement is actually in a way training your body.
Yes.
The same as the MCT oil or the coconut oil.
Right. It's just
correct?
more effective than that, Liz, because that's the patent pending part of the product is the Keto OS was actually, it's proprietary technology that came from a grant from the Department of Defense and NASA, where they were looking at Navy SEALs and the seizures that Navy SEALs would have underwater from their diving apparatus. And they were using ketogenic diets as neuroprotective ways to protect their brains from those seizures. And they were looking to find in the lab a therapeutic ketone that they could take as a supplement that would protect their brains and keep them from having those seizures. So in the process of that research, they were able to actually create this compound that combined basically the exogenous, the therapeutic ketones with the medium chain triglycerides, and clinically show that within an hour it would bring someone up to having a level of ketosis, of ketones in their blood that puts them into ketosis in an hour.
Okay. So what are some of your, I know that some of my viewers on here today are practicing or interested in the ketogenic diet. How would this sort of complement the ketogenic diet?
Okay. Great question, Liz.
Or would
it? Right. So I think one of the hardest things about a ketogenic diet is that you're reducing your carbs by a lot. So, if you think about what is a carbohydrate, it's in most of the things we eat. So, just about anything that grows from the ground is going to have some carbohydrates in it generally before it gets, before it changes shape. So things that like potatoes or bread or pasta, candy, chips, all those things we traditionally think of as carbs, but there's also carbs in fruit. There's carbs in vegetables, there's carbs in a lot of stuff. So what a ketogenic diet is it's increasing your fat. Some people will increase it anywhere from 60 to 80% of the calories in their diet. And then they have a low amount of carbohydrates. So in the most extreme therapeutic ketogenic diets, it's as low as 10 grams of carbohydrates, which is like you can get 10 grams so fast, like I can't even tell you. Like by eating broccoli, you could have, a bunch of broccoli, but you would have 10 grams. So, but some of the lowest diets have 10 grams of carbohydrates. 20 to 25 would be like what some of the very low carbohydrate ketogenic diets have. 50 and under is generally where my clients are trying to be. But if you're really active, you could go as high as 100 grams of carbs a day, and you could still be in ketosis. So my suggestion would be that people actually get a blood ketone meter or blood glucose meter and start testing their bodies to see how low do they need to have their carbohydrates to stay and be in ketosis. And, you'll sometimes pop out of it depending on what you eat, but and then you have just an adequate amount of protein. If you do too much protein, Liz, on a ketogenic diet, your body will take those amino acids and convert them into glucose. So it will throw you out of ketosis. So you want to have an adequate amount of protein, but not too much protein. You want most of your calories to come from fat. So protein, people do anywhere from say 10 to I would say 30% of their diet generally comes from protein on a ketogenic diet. 30%, and we're talking calories.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, those are all the questions I can think about for now. I know that I wanted to mention too, if you are taking the Keto OS, there's some great recipes. When you go to buy your product, you actually want to look up the recipes because it's a great way to just mix and match your keto supplement and just have a different taste to it.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay. All right. So what else should we go over, T? I don't have any other questions available right now.
Well, Liz, your background got a little bit dark over there. I don't know exactly what.
Oh, let me turn my light on. Let me turn my light on. I think it's because it's getting dark outside. Hold on.
Okay, perfect. So what I thought we could do, Liz, is oh, there you go. Let there be light. Maybe show people how to buy. We could take them to your website, show them how to buy. And then also talk a little bit about some of the additions that they need to do if they're taking Keto OS, like what they need to do with their diet, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to do a screen share, Liz, and let me just I'll pull up your website. So hold on one second while I do that. Liz, why don't you go ahead and give me your website for the Keto?
It's www.elizabethparson.proveitnow.com.
Okay. I'm just going to just a minute. Okay, perfect. All right.
This is a reminder, T, if any of the viewers do have a question, because this is my first Google chat and I know you know, how would they actually ask a question? Is there like a window at the bottom of their screen?
They need to join the conversation first, which is on the bottom left. And then once they've joined the conversation, they can put a question in there.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go into screen share. And hold on one sec, Liz, and then it's gonna give me a list of what window I want to share with you guys. And I'm going to share your website. Of course, I'm the kind of person who has like 25 windows open, so my computer's taking a minute to pull that up. And in the meantime, what I wanted to say is that when people are taking the Keto OS, when they're adding it to their diet, Liz, I've been telling my clients to, normally I tell people to drink half their body weight in ounces of liquid. But with the keto, I'm telling them actually to go ahead and drink 3/4 to full body weight in ounces of liquid. So way, way, way more liquid. And if you get a headache, or you get constipated when you add that, it's because you're not getting enough liquid or you're not getting enough electrolytes. One of those two. And so with electrolytes, I have a great brand which is called Electrolyte Synergy. And I recommend that from Designs for Health. People can get that off my website if you want to share that with them. And so you basically need an electrolyte that doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, like preferably no sugar. So the Designs for Health one has xylitol as the sweetener in it, which is great. And sometimes people need a little more salt in their diet when they take the Keto OS, because basically as you move toward having lower insulin levels, your body's going to get rid of a lot of fluid. And you may also end up getting rid of some of your electrolytes. And so adding like some Celtic sea salt, some of the gray salt to your diet. So we want to tell people you want to have more liquid than you were having before. Some of it you want to get mineralized. So you want to do bone broths or really good homemade organic veggie broths. And you want to add some electrolytes, so potassium, magnesium, or a product like Electrolyte Synergy or some Celtic sea salt to add to your diet. And for some reason, Liz, I'm not able to share my screen on my side. I don't know if you're able to share your screen on your side and pull up your website. It's that green button on the left there. Green button. And if you click on that, it'll give you a list of the windows that you open.
Share, I see. Okay.
I love live technology.
Okay, so Hangouts would like to share the content of your screen with us and choose what you'd like to share. So I need to answer, it looks like. Can you still hear me, T? T? Hello? Did I lose you? T, can you hear me? I think I lost her. Oh, here we are. T, are you there?
I dropped out for a minute, but I'm back, Liz.
I was like, did I just, I was worried. I'm like, did I just drop you? Oh my God. Well, I'm trying to find the screen. Just a second. I think I've got, let me bring it up.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I'm almost here. Hold on.
I love the stretch of our technological reach here, Liz.
Right? Oh my gosh, we're learning. We're learning right now. Okay, so screen share. Oh, here we are. Share.
All right, you did it, Liz. Way to go.
Yeah. Right on.
Okay.
Oh, you know, I actually want to go back just to I didn't want to log in.
Okay.
Can you guys see what I'm doing right now?
Yes, I see it, Liz.
Okay.
That's perfect. So you're at Elizabeth
so when you log in, Yep. When you log into elizabethparson.proveitnow.com, T, can you still hear me?
Liz, they're not going to log in. Liz, they're not going to log in. You're going to go up to your browser and you're going to write elizabethparson.proveitnow.com. And you see on your screen, Prove It is PRUVITNOW.com.
Yes, good. Thank you, T.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're going to click the green Buy Now button that's to the far right.
Perfect.
It's very noticeable. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and there's a window here. Can you guys see my arrow? Does it show my arrow too, T?
I see everything, Liz.
Oh,
I see your arrow. I see the whole thing. Yep.
Awesome. You're going to click this window, and then here's where you have different options. So, we recommend the 30-day serving. You can either do caffeinated or non-caffeinated.
Hey, Liz, it
and if you
didn't
sign up for
Liz,
yeah.
it did not open up any options. So go ahead and click that so people can see all the different possibilities there.
Okay, do you see it?
Nope.
Okay, I did it, but it's here for me. What can you see? You just see the window now?
On our side, it's not showing us. Maybe it opened up in a different window. But basically, Liz, I'll narrate what you're doing right now. But if you see where Liz's arrow is, there's a little black down arrow right next to where it says Go Pack, 75 servings. And when you click on that, it's going to open up all your other possibilities. So you can do 15 servings in on the go. That's what OTG stands for. Or you can do a 30 serving, which is getting a canister, which is the KAN, or you can get the OTG. And it just gives you those other options. And what Liz just did is she told it she wanted caffeine free. So the default is actually caffeinated. And then she also added Smart Ship because the Smart Ship is going to give you a big discount on today's order. So we recommend adding Smart Ship to it. Liz, do you want your Smart Ship to be caffeine free too?
Yes.
There you go. All right, Liz, can you change in your window? Can you change it to anything different? On ours, it says Go Pack. Can you make it say?
Oh yeah, I will change it to. I'll change it to like 30 servings on the go.
Great, perfect. Okay, and then let's make the Smart Ship a 30 serving canister.
Okay, 30 serving canister. Got it. Okay. All right.
Okay, now stay there, Liz. So it's going to give you the prompt to check out as a customer or check out as a promoter. So most people are going to want to just check out as a customer to start off. But if you're the kind of person that likes to share great ideas or, is interested in building a business or something, then you're going to check out as a promoter. And that means you're going to join Liz and my team. Now, there's nothing required of you if you do that, and it is free to check out as a promoter. But if you are going to be a promoter, there's a lot of benefits that you get from starting out of the gate strong. So you would want to just check with Liz on that one, or check with me on that one so that we make sure we give you the right kind of help first thing.
Right.
And in the blue bar over there, it says money back guarantee. And we suggest you do 30 servings to start off, really get a whole month in, because there's a 90-day 100% money back guarantee. So that way it gives you a chance to really see how it works with you metabolically. You can figure out what your, oh, Liz, we're on a different page now, hun.
I know, sorry. I was trying to get back to my.
Perfect. What your serving size, what that is, et cetera. Okay, so Liz, go ahead and check out as a customer so they can see the next screen.
Okay, T, while I'm doing that, I have a viewer that's texting me. So where is the conversation tab? They can't find the conversation tab. Do you know?
Oh, good. Okay. So yeah, go ahead. While you do that, I'm going to go to the YouTube link. Awesome. And Liz, you need to narrate now because I'm going to a different window here.
Okay. So once I've said check out as a customer, you're going to go ahead and register with you're going to basically put together a username, which could be your email address. That's the one that I recommend the most. You choose a password, and then you're going to put your contact information in there. And then you're going to hit the word, then you're going to hit continue. And then that's going to take you to your shopping cart. But I don't know if I want to actually register again, T.
Okay, we're on air, Liz.
All right. Oh, you did it. You just say, okay, where is the join conversation tab? Can you hear me?
Liz, are you talking to me right now?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was the live view or the other you. So I'm on our YouTube now, and I'm just going to go to it so I can click where that is. Hold on one sec. So Liz, did you tell them about the part about how it sends you a text message also?
No, because I wasn't, because I don't know it by heart, but I didn't want to register again under my own website with my information because I don't think it would let me do it anyways. Basically, I just told them to, okay. But it's going to verify that it's you through a text message, and you want to put that code into your registration process so that you can complete your checkout. So you want to have your phone nearby when you're making the purchase. Have we figured out the Q&A?
I'm on our YouTube site right now, Liz, and I'm looking at, and for some reason mine does not have the box of ask a question either, so I'm seeing what I need to enable. Liz, on your side, are you sure that questions are enabled? It would be that green box.
Well, when I hit it, it says this feature is disabled. When I hit it again, it opens up. So it doesn't say enabled, it just opens up and says live. So I'm not sure what that means.
Okay, so I think unfortunately the Q&A, it says this feature is disabled when I load it, Liz. So do you want to try clicking? It's the blue button on your screen to open it up.
Yeah, I clicked it, and I did click it, and let me see here.
Because otherwise, maybe somebody could text you their questions.
Yeah, I've asked them. So if you guys need to, go ahead and feel free to text me your question. We can ask it and answer it on air. My number is 916-218-8177. I haven't got any questions come across yet. So, I did have another question,
right,
T. So I did have one other question. So
Great.
If somebody chooses to, they're utilizing this supplement because they're trying to get more energy, for example, an aerobics instructor who wants to have a better experience during her aerobics class, what would be your recommendations for utilizing this supplement for that?
So I would say, Liz, if the person is able to do well with caffeine, then I would recommend the caffeinated version. There's a lot of good studies about caffeine being good to help with workouts. And then I would take it like 30 to 45 minutes before you're going to go teach your class. But again, I would try it ahead of time so that you know how your body deals with it. So you know that you're a good fit for it. If your class is after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or if you're sensitive to caffeine, then I would do the non-caffeinated version. But I basically do it before their workout, and it'll help to give them energy for their workout. And also
like right before their workout, or should they do it an hour before their workout? What is your recommendation there?
I do it a half hour to 45 minutes before the workout.
Okay, great. Oh, I think I have a question that came across.
Okay, great. Liz, I think you might have another window open that's giving us some echo.
Let me see. So one of the other things, one of my viewers just texted me to remind me to say that if you become a promoter for Prove It, you have an option to purchase 200 packets of, or I'm sorry, 75 or 60 single packets for $200. And that's a great way to share the product, because as soon as you try it, you're going to want to share it. And then that way you can get your own web link and invite people to purchase the product off your own web link. And it's a great way to earn Prove It bucks. So if you're looking to get the product cheaper or no cost to you at all, the best way to do it is to share it with your friends and family, which you're going to do anyway. So my recommendation is to definitely become a promoter off bat, from the start, because it doesn't cost anything to become a promoter. Go into your options, pick the 60 serving single servings option for $200. You'll get 60 servings delivered to you, and you can share it with friends and family as you're taking it as well. Did you hear me, T?
So Liz, I'm just going to add something. Yeah. Can you hear me okay, hon?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to add something to that, is that the share pack doesn't come up on the first screen that they see. So in the first screen you see, it'll just say 15, 30, 45, or 75. It's not going to show you, or 60, it's not going to show you the share pack. So once you get something in your cart, then it will pop up as an offer to get the share pack. And so you can get that as a customer or as a promoter, the share pack. So either way, and it's just one of the more inexpensive ways to get product is to do that share pack, like Liz said, but it's not on the original menu.
Yes. Okay.
And then if you do just sign up as a customer, you can upgrade to promoter at any time. So you can really do either one, and you're good on that.
So can you go into detail a little bit about the Prove It Bucks? Do you know much about the Prove It Bucks? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you go into detail about that?
Yeah, totally. So one of the really cool things about being a part of this company and being someone that shares the product with other people is that they're really they're the first therapeutic ketone company on the market, and so they're really wanting to get the word out and kind of be out there before anybody else is out there. So right now, if you decide to be a promoter, like Liz just said, what you're going to do is you're immediately going to get to pick a referrer code. So Liz's refer code is Elizabeth Parson. You could use your initials, or you could pick a word that you want, and then you're going to give that website. You basically get your own website, and you're going to give that to friends or family, neighbors, strangers you meet at Starbucks. You're going to give them that link to order from, and then you get credit for their order. If you have two people that are customers, so not promoters, Liz, but customers. So if you have two people that order from you as customers, then you get the average of those two orders as Prove It Bucks for the month. So that's a really cool thing, because if every month you have just two people, it could be the same people or it could be new people that are ordering from you, then you're gonna have Prove It Bucks to basically take care of your own product as you go along. If you're working if you're working as a promoter a little bit more directly, and you get two customers and you also get two promoters, and you're able to hit some real minimum qualifications, it's basically those people get about a month's supply, and you do that in the first 2 weeks. Then in addition to that, you're also going to get another 100 Prove It Bucks and a $250 cash bonus. So there's lots of really awesome little games that you can play and be able to get Prove It Bucks and cash and whatever it is that you're looking for.
Yes, I'm very excited. I've already earned my Prove It Bucks.
I know. It's so exciting. I totally agree. It's fun.
So another question I'm coming across. Can you hear me, T?
Yep, I can.
Did you hear my question? Is this product safe for children?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, Liz. It is safe for children, and on the website, if you go to help, there's actually a frequently asked questions on there, and the FAQ actually posted it on my Facebook page, which I'll actually get the link for that Facebook page too. But it is on there. It asks if it's safe for children. It is safe for children. We're not medical practitioners, so if your child has any kind of medical issue, you always want to check with a doctor first. But you want to do, for children, what you want to do is you want to give them the amount based on their weight. So if there's one father who gives his son who's really young, like a Dixie cup full every day.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, T.
You bet.
Okay, I think that's it for the questions.
That's it for the questions? Okay, awesome.
Yes.
So Liz, what I wanted to say is on December 14th, which is a Monday, at 7 o'clock, we're going to have a big opportunity, a guest event for Keto OS, and it's going to be at the Lafayette Veterans Center in Lafayette, California. And starting at 6:30, we're going to do keto cocktails and basically be sampling Keto OS. And then from 7 to 8:30, we're going to do presentations, and we have some really amazing people that are going to be there. So we have Michael Rutherford, who's one of the first customers at Prove It, and he's just an amazing person. He's got lots of great stories to share. And we also have Wendy is my coach, who's also with Prove It, and Billy Funk, and I'll be there. Dr. Robert, chiropractor, is going to be there, and it'll just be a great evening to connect, drink some keto. You can invite people who you think might be interested in it. You can learn more about yourself. You can learn more about keto yourself. And to register to that, you can just go to my website, which is vitalitywellness.com. And it's spelled VITALITI wellness.com, and click on special events. And Liz will post more about that.
Yes, I will, for sure. And
Great.
also for the Facebook page, the link is below on the Google Live chat invite that they got.
Oh, awesome, Liz.
And it's also on my Facebook page under the video.
Great.
Oh, another question. How many calories should someone be consuming while using the product?
Oh, God, that's such a great question. So everybody's calories are going to be different, and this product actually does have calories in it. So if you're counting calories, you want to be counting the product as part of your calories. And it also has fat in it. So that's what the MCT is. It's fat. Liz, I just put the Facebook page up on the screen. So I'll take that off now, but I just wanted to show people in case they wanted to look at some of the information that was up there. But let me,
thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Let me take that down though, because now we're talking about something else, of course. So basically in terms of calories, everybody's going to have a different amount of calories depending on what they're doing okay, perfect. Can you guys see me now instead of my screen?
Yes.
Am I back?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay. So what I would say is I would count the Keto OS as part of your calories, count it as part of your fat also, because that's what it has in it. But to start off, I wouldn't change any part of your diet until you've acclimated to the keto, and then you can gradually start to change your diet depending on what you want to do. So what your objective is.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, T.
You bet.
Okay, so what advice do you have for somebody that does sign up as a promoter? So let me go here. Let me see if I can do this on mine. Just a second. Share? Yeah, hold on. Let me do another screen share really quick.
I love screen share, by the way. I wish I was doing it better, but I love it. Liz, you're like a technological genius right now.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely,
you are.
I'm definitely learning how to be a technological genius. That's for
awesome.
sure.
You're totally
okay. Let's see. Oops, here we go. Okay.
So I'll just say a few things while you're doing that, Liz, about being a promoter.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're a promoter, you're going to be on the best team in the company, which is really awesome. So Liz and I are on the same team, so you'd be on my team. You'll have access to all of the nutritional resources that I provide to my Prove It team. Liz and I are sharing resources together. And then my coach, Coach Wendy Hart, she's an international coach that helps people with overwhelm. She's our upline, and so she'll be coming to town on the 14th. You'll get to meet her. She's an incredible resource as well. And then our other upline is Billy Funk. Billy is an amazing network marketer. He's got great skills around doing video and blogs and hangouts, and he's the one that got Liz and I doing all of this. And both of them have been incredible coaches to me. In just 3 weeks, Liz, I've gotten, you know this, but I've gotten myself up to level 6, which is the car level. So I've qualified for the first month.
Amazing team.
You have to do 2 of those, but I did that in 3 weeks, and it's an $800 car allowance. So it's really generous. And I have over 100 customers and 70 promoters. And that's through the help that I got from Wendy and Billy and following their system. And then we're connected to Michael Rutherford, who is one of the first customers at Prove It and has the biggest organization. So the great thing about being a promoter is they get to be on our team and get access to all those resources. And it's like joining Microsoft when Bill Gates was in the garage. It's like you get to get in early, you get a lot of great resources, you get to be a part of rolling it out to the country. This is going to be the category of ketone supplementation. My prediction is it's going to be the biggest new category of supplements. So it's going to be, multi-billion-dollar industry, and you're getting in early. So that's one of the cool things about being a promoter. And then in terms of what to do, was your question what they should do in the first couple weeks of being a promoter?
So I have questions coming across about, setting up their web link, and I went on the window to try to see if I could do that myself, but I would need like a fictitious real email. I'm not able to go in and read.
Liz, I can show them how to set up. Do you want me to walk you through how to do it for you? Because we can show them where the refer code is located for them.
Well, yeah, I know how to do it for me. I know that it's under my profile, but I wanted to show them how to go to get to that part.
So let's say you sign up as a promoter, Liz.
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't think you set up a refer code, or you don't remember what it is. At any time you can log in and you can change that. So Liz, if you bring up your screen, I can walk them through how to do it.
Okay, so I'm in my personal login. Should I
Can
just
you
pull up
screen share?
elizabethparson.com? I mean elizabethparson.proveit?
Can you screen share with us?
Yeah, just a second. Okay, screen share. There we go. Okay. Why is it not doing that? This one's not. For some reason I did something wrong. Screen share going. Okay. I'm screen sharing the way I did last. Oh, here. Okay, finally, there it is. Share.
Okay, awesome, Liz. Okay, there we go. That's Liz. Okay, so that looks like my Facebook page.
Oh, can I just change it to something else?
Which is great. Do you guys see that? Because there it is. Facebook.com/groups/ you're on my Prove It promoters.
Okay, let me go here. Here we go. Okay.
I think your Prove It link is right there, Liz, right to the right of that. Do you see that? It's already up there. Yep,
I saw
right
that.
there.
Okay, you got it. All right. Awesome.
All right. So what you need to do is you need to just log into your account. So as Liz mentioned, your login is your email. So go ahead and log in, and then you'll have picked a password. If you forgot your password, they can send it to you. And then once you're there, you're going to go into Manage. And then, whoops. And then Liz, go into Profile. Yeah. Okay. And so that's actually not the right place. So go back up to your picture. Let's go there. Good. Okay. And go into Settings. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to go into referrer code, which is fourth on that list to the left. Okay.
Yeah, here's where you want to change it.
Yep. And then Liz, you see that edit button? So someone can click that edit button. There might be a number there, and then they can put in their unique thing. It'll test to see if it's available, and then you can save the changes, and then that'll create your web link, which is just like what Elizabeth's is right there. So you can do that at any time as long as you're a promoter. Customers don't have a unique referrer code, but promoters do.
Okay, and then so yeah, I just wanted to reiterate, when you go into this referrer code, there is going to be a number there initially. You just delete that number and put in your name or whatever, you know, like for example, T's web link is Vitality, right, T?
Yep, Vitality with an I. Right, that's right.
So, and then mine, I just chose my first and last name, but you could put something specific to you or just your first and last name. And then you just save changes, and then you're going to give people that email address to purchase product when you're talking to them about it.
Great.
The other question that's coming across, should they be consuming 1 or 2 supplements per day? I know that you said you need to test it and see how well you do, but what's your recommendation there?
Okay, so I think, Liz, a lot of that has to, so you can stop screen sharing if you want, Liz, but a lot of that has to do with what your goal is. So much of this is goal related. You know, there was this day when I had a huge amount of work to do. I was making my initial testimonial video. I was creating my Google Hangout, doing my email over MailChimp, and I had 3 Keto OSs, and I worked for 10 hours straight, and I just had one every 4 hours. So if you're doing it, like what's that person's goal is? Are they doing it for weight loss? Are they doing it for energy? Weight loss. Okay. So if you're doing it for weight loss, then you're probably going to want 2 or 3 servings a day, and you're serving maybe half of a scoop or half a packet or maybe a full one, but you're basically going to want to use it as a way to manage your appetite and as a way to keep your mental clarity really sharp without having to do a lot of carbohydrates, etc., kind of thing. And I would basically plan it out so that, like, one of the things that we can do with weight loss, and this is more of an advanced topic that I'm happy to go into for a few minutes, but you can start practicing something called intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting is basically where after your last meal of the day, you actually fast for 16 or 18 hours. And what you do in the morning when you first wake up is you have your water, maybe you drink your tea or your coffee if you drink one of those, and then you drink your Keto OS, and you actually fast for a few hours in the morning before having your first meal. So that's intermittent fasting is a very popular method to lose weight, and it's got a lot of positive benefits in it. And using the Keto OS is a great way to do that because it keeps you from dropping your metabolism or using muscle. And then another way people are losing weight is by putting their keto in between meals where they would normally snack, and eliminating that snack or eliminating the cravings if they would normally eat too much in the meal. And if you do that, you would drink it basically a half hour, 45 minutes before your meal, or when those cravings set in, basically.
Okay, great, T. And how long does it keep you into ketosis for?
Well, so it's going to elevate your ketone levels for about 4 to 5 hours.
Okay.
Whether you're going to stay in ketosis or not depends on what else you eat during those 4 to 5 hours. So your ketones will be up, but if you also have glucose in your system, then your body may be using both the glucose and the ketones for fuel.
Okay.
But
I also want to just reiterate too, most of my clients that are on this call, they are, their goal is weight loss. So what would you say is the biggest benefit from utilizing Keto OS for a weight loss goal?
Okay. So I think the biggest benefit, Liz, is going to be in the appetite suppression focus aspect of it, right? And in the fact that it reduces your craving so much, so it makes making the right food choice so much easier to do. But it's also gonna, I think the secondary ones for people is that it's gonna improve your mental focus, reduce your inflammation, increase your energy in ways that helps you work out more effectively, not procrastinate, not feel like you need to snack so much to keep your energy up or your mood up.
Okay. So let's say, for example, you're eating, let's say your normal diet on a daily basis is you're eating a meal every 5 hours, for example.
Okay.
And let's say that you take your keto supplement, about 2 to 3 hours in after breakfast, for example. And 5 hours is up. Normally that would be time to eat, but you're not hungry. What are your recommendations? Should they still eat? Or not, or wait until they're hungry?
Okay, that's such a great question, Liz. So as long as you're taking Keto OS, you should not eat unless you're hungry.
Okay.
And that's a big departure because remember that the keto is muscle sparing. So as long as the keto is on board, your body's going to want to use that for energy. It's not going to use your muscles. You don't have to eat to keep your metabolism up. So you really want to check in with yourself and you want to ask yourself, am I hungry? And really get the answer, like, am I hungry before you eat when you're on the keto?
So if they're eating less, what are your recommendations as far as getting in the nutrients on a daily basis that they need?
Great question, Liz. So I would say, it's important for everybody to take a multivitamin, period. I think everyone should be taking a multivitamin. And I think that, it's great to do a vegan protein shake for one of your meals. But if you're trying to do a ketogenic diet, I wouldn't use as much protein as you're using before, because too much protein will kick your body out of ketosis. So you could do like a scoop instead of 2 scoops of your protein, for example, depending, but also to add lots of leafy greens. So lots of basically low carb veggies. So we're talking spinach and kale and collard greens, things like cucumbers, lots of your salad veggies, cauliflower, broccoli. As many low carb veggies as you can take in your meals are fantastic, as well as if you want to do, like I do paleo greens, which is a powdered green supplement. That's really helpful too to get in your nutrients. And then, for your animal products, if you're doing animal products, you want them to be grass fed, if pasture raised, basically, so that they don't have any added hormones or antibiotics, that kind of thing. And those animal products be higher in omega-3s. So they might be doing pasture raised eggs or fish or something like that with their meals, which will help with the omega-3s. Similarly, the good quality fats, Liz, like the flax seeds and the chia seeds, hemp seeds, I think are great. Avocados, nuts and seeds, avocado, like almond butter.
Right.
I do a lot of coconut oil in my diet now.
So, okay, a couple more questions.
Great.
Would this be something that you could add into a protein shake, or do you not recommend that?
You totally can add it into a protein shake. So you could substitute it for your fat in a protein shake, right? And I would play around with that because I prefer not to do it in my protein shake because I like to put it in between meals. That's how I use it. But I know clients who do put it in their protein shake. And one thing I want to say just around taste and things like that is that it tastes like, Liz calls it an orange Julius. It has like a sweet, I call it an orange dreamsicle taste. So use a lot of water with it because that'll reduce the sweetness. I like ice with it. If it's too sweet for you, add mineral water. Like,
those
right?
recipes that I talked about online, once you order product, are great recipes to mix it up and see which ones work best for you.
Liz, they can get to that before they order. It's on the Learn tab on your website.
Okay. All right. Tia, you know your stuff on this website. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
So another question. So you don't necessarily need to do the keto diet in order to be in ketosis with this product.
Right.
Is it preferred or not, or is that up to the person and their goals?
Oh my gosh, Liz, that is an amazing question. That's another Oprah style question. So here's the deal. It's so good. Is, everybody has metabolic uniqueness. So one of the things is that not everybody is going to do great on a really low carb diet. Like some people need more carbs, before their workouts or just for their brain or energetically. And that kind of person is not going to want to do a reduced carb diet, at least not for a long time. And so for those kinds of people, there's a lot of keto cycling diets that are becoming really popular where you carb load either at one meal or one day a week or something like that, or you do more of a low carb diet for a month and then you cycle out of that and you do something else the next month. So I think as we're all figuring out what diet fuels us the best, I think part of that is experimentation and seeing how you do and trying to figure out how do you optimize your functioning. And just for people to know too, that your metabolism can shift over time. So if you start off as a major sugar burner, you can gradually move yourself into being able to utilize more fat and be able to move toward that as you go along.
Okay. And can you talk a little bit more about the intermittent fasting? And if you are intermittent fasting, let's say, for example, because I know the intermittent fasting is where you're just eating your food within a 6-hour range throughout a day. But
6 or 8 hours.
6 to 8 hours. So let's say later on that evening, let's say you choose to do that early in the morning, you have breakfast, you eat for the next 6 to 8 hours, whatnot. You decide that, okay, I'm not going to eat anything this evening. Would the keto supplement be a good thing to supplement in between that or not?
Yes, great question, Liz.
Or during the evening when your cravings start to come up.
Right. So what we found in our program so far is that even though the keto has calories in it, which it does, and it has fat, if you're intermittent fasting, you can have it during your fasting window and it does not affect your results.
Okay.
So you could have it the non-caffeinated in the evening, or you could have the caffeinated in the morning. And I have clients who do their fasting window both ways. Some people actually prefer to have their last meal at like 7 or 8 p.m. and then fast the next day and eat later. And then other people do the opposite, Liz, and finish eating earlier.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I think another thing too is if your workout falls in your fasting window, doing the keto before your workout is a great thing to do, because what people used to do is they would do their workout at the end of their fast and then finish with their recovery drink, right? With their recovery shake. And now with the keto, you don't have to do that because the keto is sparing the amino acids during your workout.
Okay. And then do we want to talk about the sodium in the product? Because that is a common question.
Totally. Great. Yeah.
Can you explain why there's sodium in this product?
Yeah. So the sodium in the product is not table salt. It's what are called ketone salts. So for the ketones to actually be absorbed in the body, the product has to have sodium, and that's what helps the ketones absorb. So there are ketone salts in the product. So if you have high blood pressure, of course you want to check with a doctor before you take any supplement or change your diet, if you have any medical condition. But we just recommend that you test your blood pressure, because it's not table salt. It's not likely to impact your blood pressure that way, but you want to check your blood pressure anyway if that's an issue for you. And the other thing is you want to drink lots and lots of water, as we mentioned. So between 3/4 and your full body weight in ounces of liquid. But the sodium is nothing to worry about if you're a normal, healthy adult. It's literally just ketone salts that are there to help the body absorb the ketones. You have to have sodium with your ketones for it to absorb.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much, T.
You're
This
welcome,
has been
Liz.
a very
That was so much fun.
informational last hour and 15 minutes.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah, so feel free, you guys, for the viewers that are on this call that know me and I've coached you in the past, feel free to text me any other questions that you have, or you can respond to my email, or find me on Gmail. Most of you already have my email account. My phone number again is 916-218-8177. And also, T, you want to just say again about your event on the 14th?
Yeah, great. So Monday, December 14th, 7 p.m., we're having an event at the Lafayette Veterans Center. And to register, you just go to Vitality Wellness, VITALITI, vitalitywellness.com, and special events. Maybe Liz can put a link on her Facebook.
Yeah.
Post that. Awesome. And we're going to do keto cocktails from 6:30 to 7. And then we have a panel of amazing speakers from 7 to 8:30. And it's a guest event, so bring anybody that you want. If anyone listening is a gym owner or, a hair salon or esthetician or anything like that, feel free to invite any of your clients to it, just to come. It's free for any customers or guests. And anyone that's a promoter, it's a $10 event, and we would love to have you there.
Okay, thanks, T.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, thanks, everyone. Thanks so much for spending your time with us. All right, bye, Liz.
Bye.